Hello guys, Living Sacrifice Studios here, and I'm sorry if you can hear the background noise of my TV, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But today we're going to be talking about how to make a successful group on Roblox, and it's actually quite simple. So, first of all, you're going to need a name, and that name needs to be unique, something that hasn't been taken a lot, like, you don't want to put something like, blank blank war group, or you don't want something such as like the Victorian Empire, the Empire at the end. You don't want anything that's been overused, like Fear, those stupid acronym names. You want something unique, like I don't know, Concord. That's the group I had made. It's actually quite unique. I'll even search it up right now. As you can see, this group is something that that wasn't even a group. As you can see, Concord, this group has a decent name. Actually, a really good name. This one, they actually stole that name right now, but it's shut down now. But that's the main thing you need. And maybe you can go to CNG Clan Guild if you need any suggestions, or you could go to the greeting cards. I believe they have a group selection page thing in the game, but I don't really think that's accurate. Okay, so second step. The second step you need to do is, before you even buy anything, gather up some friends. And the reason why I say this is gather up some friends so you can create high ranks. And those high ranks are obviously going to need to be skilled. And if not skilled, you should teach them a way to do it the way they can be skilled. And you also need, to recruit people from the group of Recruiting Plaza or CNG, or the group you're already in, so you can recruit them and make allies and all that good stuff. That is the main thing you need to do. Is the second step. The third step is get your funds together. So you can make the group first, do a little bit of configuration and all that on the group description and all that good stuff. But the third thing you need to do is get the required funds. And this funds doesn't account to ads yet. However, that is a good thing to have, is funds for ads. You want to make sure your people in the group that are already group, if you have any like friends, you want to make sure they donate and get good stuff. And the group funds, as I'll show you right here, in the group funds, right there, the group funds. So you mainly want that, and the reason why you want group funds is, for adverts and other stuff like that, and group payouts if you want to do that. The fourth thing is you want to make sure that you have the appropriate logo, uniform, and what's the third thing? And ads, just stuff for the group that the group needs necessary. Like, the logo, make it nice. It doesn't really necessarily have to be unique. It could just have the letters on it, but it needs to be professional looking and suitable for what that group is named and what it consists of. Like, you don't want to have a war group look like a role-play group. You see, you want to make sure it has like badges such as, I'm just going to show you, like this right here, that's acceptable, or even this right here, perfect example, it just says Divine. That is fine. I'd rather have this than this. But you just want to make sure that you have that all put together, and you want to make sure you get uniforms. And depending on how much Robux you have, if you want to go small, you go to Group Recruiting Plaza, or you can go to CNG, and you can see how much people are charging on uniforms. There's actually good uniforms that could be charged for 1,000 or less Robux, but that might be a little too much, for some people. But if you are making a group, you should not be making it unless you have the required funds. I would say at least have somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 Robux or more, and that's just to buy uniforms and all that stuff. The fifth thing is the building training areas and all that. Now, honestly, if for a training area, if you're a sword fight group, I would get the meadows, and if you're a gunfight group, just get a holographic training center that's been used already. Maybe in a free one if you can, on a free model. The training place really doesn't matter. You don't have to go all out on the training place to buy it. If you can build, which is really good, that's good. Now, the thing where it gets tricky is forts. You do not want to get a copied fort unless you absolutely have to. The reason why I say you don't get a copied fort is because if you get a copied fort, people are gonna flame you. You're gonna have a bad rep. It's just not gonna be good. So you wanna make sure you get a good fort. And actually, it's really not that hard to make a fort. You can even revert back to one of my old videos on how I made a fort in less than like 15 minutes. And I'm sorry, that was my sister banging on the door. But you just want to make sure that you have a fort or a training center, all that. Rally center you do not need. You can just make that at the training center. You can do that at the training center, and you just need a fort and a training center. That is what you do need. And in the future, you can make future business. But the main thing is you want that. So, and if you can hire or have one of your friends that knows how to build and script, maybe put them to the job and maybe they'll do it, and maybe you can pay them a little bit by the build, pay them a couple thousand or $100, I don't know, but just make something that's nice. It doesn't have to be all out like some 10k worth fort. It just needs to be a fort that is not unfair, balanced, has good tech or decent tech. If you really can't afford tech, just get swords, not too much. And it also needs to have a flag, and the flag you can just free model. It really does not matter, like I said before. It's just a fort that is capturable and you can win or lose from. So that is the thing. The sixth thing, if I'm correct, I don't know if I'm doing this right, but I'm pretty sure it's the sixth thing. I'm not scripted, but the sixth thing is advertising your group with ads. Now, with ads, you really need to go all out on that, honestly. The better impression you have, like this ad right here, you can see it says today, tomorrow, forever. Now this ad is actually quite decent, but it's not all out. I would go with, I can't really see any ads because I'm NBC, but just try to go all out on your ads. It's actually not even that hard to make an ad, honestly, but if you can't, just go with any graphics person. I don't know if Archie still does it, but just go with any old graphics person. They're not even too much, honestly. You don't really need thumbnail places, or thumbnail thumbnail covers, or other stuff. You just need ads, and those ads you can buy pretty much for $300, maybe even less, for some professional people. They might be the backgrounds might be duplicated, but you just need a first impression on the advertising. There it will draw in. Now, make sure that you do not make ads that say, I bet you can't click me 1,000 times, or ads that say, have been stolen, that are comedian type ads. And the reason why you don't want to do that is because that attracts NBC people, and I'm not talking about the good NBC people. I'm talking about the bot, or not bots, but the registered names that have just been made an hour ago and all that good stuff, or bad stuff actually. But you do not want that, and you also don't want, as you'd call it, noobs, but I don't really refer to that anymore because that's outdated, honestly. But just, new people that aren't experienced in war groups, really. You do not want them to be in the group. And, if I can remember, that's pretty much it. Now, I'll give you some general tips. The rep is your number one thing. You want to make sure that you have a good reputation. A reputation can make or break a team, and that is just something that most clans lack, honestly. A good rep. It's really hard to maintain a group, let alone get a good rep. So you want to make sure your group is maintained as well as the rep. Second thing is to boost activity. Honestly, to boost activity, you need to have communication such as Skype or TeamSpeak or any of that. The reason why is so they'll know when trainings are, and honestly, that is a good way for your high ranks to have. Now, I'm not saying you invite all your low ranks, it's just mostly high ranks and maybe even middle ranks. Now, your low ranks, to entice them into your group activities, you want to make sure that you're hosting a lot, you're telling them to get I forgot what it's called, the group reminder thing, which reminds them other thing that there's an group activity going. You want to make sure you promote a lot, and I don't want to mean a lot like as in that you promote them every single training, but you promote them decently. So they go to one training, they get promoted all the way to second rank, you wait a couple trainings, and then you promote them again. You want to make sure that you do not over promote, and the reason why you over promote is then you'll have a lot of middle ranks and high ranks, and that will get rowdy because people will be like, you promised me a promotion and you didn't give me it, and then they'll leave. And that can actually potentially harm you more than do good if you have too many high ranks. So you want to make sure you keep it balanced, and make sure to exile necessary players. Like if they are saying, you promised me this promotion, even though you didn't, or you even promised them, but they still keep bugging you, you might want to exile them or demote them, or at least give them a fair warning. And the reason why is because they're going to take advantage of that. It's going to get really annoying, and then they're going to start doing stuff that you regret, and you're obviously eventually just going to promote them randomly, and they are going to AA your group and all that good stuff. So you want to make sure that you keep your promotion system balanced. Some promotion systems you have application-based groups are really not for this guide. If you didn't know, they're really not for this guide. So I'm just giving you general tips, honestly. And the last tip I want to give you is do not recruit from CNG. The reason why I say that is because you don't know them and they don't know you, so they're most like, your group is more vulnerable, especially if you recruit from for high ranks. I'm not saying don't recruit from CNG if for low ranks or maybe even middle ranks. I'm saying do not recruit for high ranks that give them permissions that can harm the group. Maybe recruit from CNG if you put them in a position that doesn't harm the group, but make sure not to make them second in command or third in command. Oh, and the last tip I absolutely want to give you, this is, I promise, never give your second in command too many privileges, and honestly, they can turn back on you. Now, if it was, a family member or a really good friend that you know for years, maybe, but you're taking a risk if you do not know them well. You just met them and you make them second in command. So you just want to be wary of that. And I hope this guide helped. If you have any questions, please go in the comment section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Johnny Jones here. Hope you have a good day. Bye.